Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good day to all my students. Let me introduce myself. My name is Puan Ida Sarini binti Muhammad Isa, and this is DUE10012 Communicative English 1. So we are going to go through lesson 1. So topic 1 is social and communication skills. The learning outcome is to share ideas and information in group discussion. So in this lesson, we will cover listen to and comprehend discussions and conversation, and giving suggestion and making counter suggestion. So group discussion. Group discussion is important, and it is a type of communication among people to generate ideas. So in active discussion, it is important for you to be able to share ideas by making suggestions, express opinions clearly and confidently, responding appropriately, and think critically, as well as for you to listen to other people's opinion. So group discussion is one of the assessment for this course. So you will need to have a group for this task. So the group will consist of 4 students. So make sure that you identify who is your group members. So by the end of this lesson, you are to form a group, and that will make you prepare yourself for the group discussion task. So, what are the language functions in discussion? In effective discussion, you must use a variety of language function. For instance, giving opinions or suggestion, and also making counter suggestions. Next, you should be able to state agreement or disagreement to an opinion that is given. Next, emphasizing your point. So you are not only stating your points, but you are also explaining your points. Next is asking for and making clarification. So if you don't understand what your group member is telling or saying, you should be able to ask them for clarification. And once someone asks you a question, you need to be able to make the clarification. Next is making polite interruptions. So in a discussion, it is not like a normal conversation. So you would need to use phrases that shows polite when you are making interruptions. And lastly, making and responding to inquiries. So if your friend have questions for you, you need to respond to the inquiries that is made by your friend. Firstly, in discussion, you need to be able to understand the topics. So in order for you to participate in the discussion, it is very important to understand or have some knowledge on the topic of discussion. So you need to be able to do some research on the topics that is given, or on the current issues that is going to be presented. Then how do you understand the topic? You need to ask yourself some questions about the topic. So when you have the topic with you, what you do is you ask yourself, what is the topic about? Right? And then the topics would be on issues. So you should know what is the cause of the issues. What are the effects that could happen or has already happened with the issue given? And what are the solutions to the issues. So these are the things that you need to cover in your group discussion. You have to be able to explain, justify what is the cause, what is the effect, and the solution to the problem that is given. So understand what is cause and what is effect. So cause is what happened, and the effect would be why it happened. So for example, you're talking about obesity. So what is the cause of obesity? It would probably be because of the unhealthy diet, or the the food intake that a person consumes. Okay, and what is the effect? So the effect of obesity would be health issues. For example, you have overweight, you are overweight, that will be the effect, and you will probably be a risk to other health problems. For example, heart problems. So this will be one of the practices that you need to complete. Listen and comprehend to discussion. So I will link the videos in the Google Classroom as well as in CDOS. So what you do is you watch the video and you identify what is the cause, what is the effect, and solution to the issue of the videos. Giving opinions and suggestions. So this is the core part of your discussion. In the discussion, it is essential for you to understand the topic of discussion and provide the appropriate ideas or suggestions. So here are some of the common expressions that you can use. In my opinion, in my view, I would like to suggest, I suggest that, I think we should, we can, we could, I believe. So remember the common expressions to use when you are doing your group discussion. Let's try this. Read the problem and give a suggestion. So your suggestion would be in the form of a recording. So record your voice giving your opinions or suggestion about the issue. The first issue. So as you can see in the pictures, these are unhealthy food. So what is your issue? Eating unhealthy food can give a bad effect to our health. Give your suggestion on avoiding unhealthy diet. So when you are talking about this topic, you are focusing on what are the ways to avoid unhealthy diet. So what are your suggestions? For example, you can say, in order for you to avoid unhealthy diet, you need to eat according to the food pyramid. The second issue. So, what does the picture say? What do you understand? So you can see the earth and you can see water squeezed out from the earth. So the issue, according to research, only 1% of the world's water are usable for humans. Give a suggestion on how to conserve usage of water. So the key ideas for you to generate your suggestions would be how to conserve usage of water, which means how do you save water? Any ideas? Okay, for example, you can save water by reducing the amount of water used at home. For example, you turn off the tap when you are brushing your teeth. The third issue. So what do you see from this illustration? So you can see bullying cases. You can see disciplinary problems among students. You see smoking, vandalism, and sexual harassment. So these are known as social problems. So let's look at the issue. Social problems are caused by bad influence from friends. Suggest a way to avoid from negative influence from friends. So again, take note of what is the topic. To avoid from negative influence from friends. What is your suggestion? Right. For example, to avoid from negative influence from friend, you need to find a positive circle of friends. So, what do you do? How do you find these friends? Okay, so you need to further elaborate your points. Next is counter suggest. Counter suggestion is when we are disagreeing to someone or when we want to give other suggestions. So let's say that your friend have a point, he or she has stated their points and you don't quite agree with them or you have other points. So you can counter suggest. These are some examples. So if you can see the red color, but if that may be so, but don't get me wrong. I just think. So these are some expressions that you can use when you want to show disagreement to your friend. So let's read the example. But if students will be able to wear anything to class, they will not understand proper dress ethics. That may be so, but it would be better if gadgets are not in classroom because it will cause students to lose attention. Don't get me wrong. I just think we should look at some other opinions before making a decision. When you are making counter suggestion, make sure that you also provide explanation and also other information that you want to add to the point. Look at the samples. The issue is students should wear uniform to class. You can make counter suggestion by saying, it might be true, but we can give some days for students to wear any clothes that are appropriate. So that's the end of lesson 1. As a reminder, please log into CDOS and complete the activities. The activities will be provided by the link, so click the link and complete the task. Number 2 reminder is your group formation. So in groups of 4, you will be given the task. And number 3 is your attendance. Click on the link for attendance. That's all from me. Please stay safe, stay healthy. Don't forget to use sanitizer and mask when you are outside. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, feel free to WhatsApp me or send your inquiries in CDOS. Goodbye.